from the research that we have done in terms of like what is the typical, if you will, process by which kids get diagnosed with autism. Um, the typical process is not regressive. And I also have a colleague who did, much larger scale research than I did using the administrative records of the California Department of Developmental Disabilities. And there too, regressive autism is a very small portion of the whole thing. The typical process is that sometime around the age of 2, parents recognize that the child is not speaking. And that is the main thing. Um, I say parents, but it's not necessarily parents. A lot of times it's a grandmother who simply has more experience than the parent and is saying, look, something's wrong here. And the parents say, no, no, no. What do you know, grandma? But grandma's right. And sometimes it could be a early childhood worker or somebody like that who calls attention to it. But that is the typical process, actually. So it's not the regressive process. It's a process by which you have a child who um, seems to be developing in the right way, but you don't actually know so much. And then it's that thing. Well, where's speech? Where's language? Um, and that leads typically to intensive intervention, speech therapy from age 2, 3, 4, whenever the intervention is done. So in terms of what does it tell us, right? Um, at age 2, you cannot tell if this was genetic or something else. No, I don't think you can tell. The prevailing hypothesis is that autism is genetic. What they show is that um, it is correlated with a very, very large number of gene mutations, but the contribution of any of these mutations to the full population of people with autism, any mutation is very small. Now, how do you interpret that? There's a variety of ways to interpret that. You could say it's not, you need the involvement of a lot of different genes, perhaps. You could also interpret that and say autism is really not one thing. It's many, many, many different things.